Hello and welcome to the Disconnected Gamers podcast, where we reconnect with life and gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew, sometimes known as J-Bon, sometimes known as So After I Said. With me, as always,
Except for that one time.
that one time.
That one time. It's always gonna be your boy.
I was waiting for the beat to drop, but I guess it's not going to,
Oh,
so it's Mike.
oh, they know. They know who I am by now.
It is episode 81. Tuesday,
Oh,
February 28th, 2017. We're closing in on 100, and it's pretty exciting stuff.
mm-hmm,
I'd be a lot faster
mm-hmm.
if I wasn't lazy. Um, and worked a
Yeah,
weird schedule.
either of us were lazy.
However, like I love like that today. This is the second week in a row that I've just had like multiple days off like in a row. So at least thankfully like my suggestion to the person who does the schedule was like, listen, like it's a real pain in the ass to schedule me 2 weeks in a row of just work a day, don't work a day, work a day, don't work a day, work a day, don't work a day, then work the weekend. Like please don't do that. Just like give me like 5 days in a row and then give me the
Yeah,
rest of it off. And so
right,
last
yeah.
week I had 4 days off in a row. So I went to visit CJ and Cody, also known as the Hug of
Nice.
War and Cody Bear's Cave, um,
Nice.
some friends of ours. And then this week I had 3 days off in a row, and I'm currently in day two.
Uh,
So
I hate weird schedules like that.
I don't mind it as long as there's enough time. Because like my problem
It's
is
consistent though.
yeah, like because it's
Like,
like oh well, let me
like you were saying,
play.
day on, day off, day on, day off, day on, day. Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna like play this video game, but then it's like, but I can't play too late because I have to get up and go to work in the morning. And then
Mhm.
you get home from work and you're tired, but you're like, oh, but I could stay up because I don't have to go to work tomorrow. And then you do that, and then you eat the entire next day because you probably get up late, you struggle a little bit,
Right,
struggle bus it,
right. Shuttle
and
bus,
then you have to
yeah.
go to bed early again because you've got to go to
Yeah,
work the next
you
day.
gotta go to work.
Or at least like
So dumb.
get a couple days in a row. My problem is it's more that I have projects that I would like to do and I don't ever want to have
I,
to rush through them in one day. So like
bro,
um I need to fix some chairs in the house that are kind of falling apart, but like that means I got to go to Home Depot to look and see if I can find parts to fix them, right? So that's
right.
going to eat some time. Then I got to go back. Then I got to actually take the chairs apart and put them back together.
Right.
Aside from the project of like trying to fix my car, which now is like rusting away more than ever before.
Ooh.
But it's like what's frustrating is, and everyone's probably like, "All right, guys, talk about gaming." Um, it's like it's the body
Is
that's
it
falling off. It's not the frame. It's not
like the
mechanical. Like
okay, I'd
it's
say.
just like the ass end of the car is like very like junky at the moment.
Hmm.
But like to have a body shop actually fix it would be in the thousands. And I
Right.
could buy all them. I
Like
can buy actually literally all the parts I need
just do it
and
yourself.
a welder and do it myself. I'm just very shitty at welding. And it
Mm.
would only be
I
like
took a
five. It would be only like $500 if I did it. If I bought all the stuff and bought the welder, like all told, around 500.
I could do the welding part. I mean, it's been a minute, but
Yeah,
I
like
could do
I
it.
did it in college because we took like
Yeah.
uh, a machine
The
shop class, but like I was not very good at it. Thankfully, though, it doesn't like it. It just has to be like it just has to be attached, because
oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah, no,
mechanical or
that's
structural. So like even if
already
it's like
that's
a shitty
you should
weld, like as long as it's attached,
as long as it's attached, yeah, you should be fine.
because it's like one of my friends was like, "Oh, it's just gonna rust again." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's gonna have to rust through all of that new metal again,
Yeah.
as long as I cut above where the existing rust was." So that's like another project that I want to tackle, but like that's one that like it's gonna take me multiple days, and so it's been frustrating to not have a couple days off consistently to even just like examine like how much
Should
work
right.
I'm gonna need, because it's like
Check the
just
damage. Yeah.
see how bad it is, start taking off molding and stuff, and trim pieces and whatever. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
video games. Update for
Video.
me. I really am enjoying this PlayStation Silver wired headset. Like it's
Hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, I swear it is literally just the golds without the wireless. Like I feel like
Hmm.
there's no quality difference in the
That's
muffs and the
good.
headset. So like if you want to save yourself like $50, the wireds I got them for $30 on Amazon, and they still have the virtual
So
surround sound. I have the
I'm pretty sure
adjustable,
every Sony headset has that.
yeah, and I've got the adjustable volume controls on the like it's on the line, like the wire itself. Like there's no buttons on the actual headset,
Hmm.
which is it's like
Ah,
a little bit of a disappointment. The only thing I will
yeah,
say that I like is the fact that it has a microphone that actually pops out,
out.
um, and it turns on and off by when it's fully extended all the way. It like clicks, and that's how you know the mic is on. And then I can mute myself or turn it off by just popping it out of the way,
Oh, that
which is
works.
nice. Because it's not even like it's actually really in my face anyways. Like it's basically like right next to your
It's like
cheek.
off to the side.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
doesn't like it only comes out like maybe 2.5 inches, so it's not really obtrusive at all. Um, like the other mic that I had, which had like the long boom and it was like flexible, so you could like put it anywhere. But
Anywhere, yeah.
that had like a mute that had my volume and my mute switch right on the left ear cup, so like that was always nice because it was easy to just quickly mute it. But with this, I just
Right.
popped the mic.
I mean, that's not too bad then, yeah,
Yeah,
because you just boom, done, muted.
yeah,
You don't have to press a button or, you know.
right.
So
I've
it's a bit
been
easier if you get a call then.
oh totally.
Yeah.
The only thing I get a little bit annoyed with is that because the muffs like completely cover your ears, like my ears eventually get like hot or slightly uncomfortable because it's just like it's very
Oh
tight. It's
yeah.
very tight on your head. Like it very
It's a
much.
little bit tight,
So
yeah.
what I was doing was I was putting it on one of my guitar cases and just
Hmm.
leaving it there for like
Stretch it
a
out.
day just to kind of yeah, exactly, loosen it up. And that seems to have made it better because like when I would first wear this thing, it'd be like 30 minutes of this and I'd be like my brain is squeezing out of my head. Um you'd get done playing video games, you look in the mirror and you're a cone head. Um
Ooh.
so that's like that would be my one complaint is that I really don't like
Mm.
how like tight they were at launch like when I first got them.
So
And
you can't adjust it?
nope.
Really?
It's because
Wow.
it's just one flexible band, and if you go too
Uh,
far, you'll break it like everyone else
you'll
did.
snap it,
Cause
yeah.
and like even sometimes when I'm taking them off, like I hear cracking, and I'm just like, I wonder how long it's gonna be.
Right.
But like as far as like looking at the actual plastic band on top of the headset, it doesn't appear that there are any cracks or
That's good.
issues. So what? And again, it was $30, so like at least it's not like one of the golds where like you shelled out $100 and then your fucking headset's broken.
Right.
Um,
Well, the good thing is since it's collapsible, it's, it just you fold it apart anyway,
Mine,
so there's no
this one doesn't fold.
right. Well, I mean, yeah, they
Oh, but
did
the
that with the
golds.
gold, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you could travel with it, yeah, because it has a carrying case
Yep.
or
Yeah.
bag, whatever.
The other thing I like about this is the USB cable is fairly long, and if you hadn't noticed,
Oh
we're
yeah, so
recording this pod
chill.
like for the people listening. Like I'm recording the podcast with that headset, so the microphone that's picking me up um, is the PlayStation silver headset,
That's
and then the
never
audio. So it works on my Mac, which is great. I just plug it right in, and then boom, works on the PS4. What's nice too is it's you can unplug the this headset from the like volume control switch on the actual cable itself, and then it's a 3.5 mil adapter which you can plug into your
oh,
computer, your phone, your iPod, your fucking 3DS. Like you can
that's
just plug it in and use it as like regular headphones. And
nice.
what's neat is the microphone actually still works. Like I can like at least it worked on my iPhone, right? I plugged it into my iPhone and opened up like voice
Just to
memos, and
test it out.
it actually still like the microphone's still usable without the
Oh wow,
USB cable. And
good on you, Son.
sound quality is actually pretty good. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to turn on virtual,
No, the
but
surround sound, yeah.
at least even just like listening to it for music is nice because it is actually fairly nice sound quality. I'm
It's a very
impressed.
nice headset.
Um, and then been playing my 3DS, been trying to get back into Pokemon Moon and actually get through it.
Pokemons. Yeah, I need to trade with people, man. I'm just waiting for people to beat it
I needed like
first.
I need to keep I need to keep some sort of log of like all the people in game that I've talked to, like the NPCs are like, "Hey, if you catch this, will you trade me for this?" So that I can go back and trade them because I guarantee you
Right.
I've caught several of the Pokemon that they're looking for, and I just don't remember who the hell I'm supposed to give them to.
Yeah, no, that happened to me once.
I
When
do
you run
like
into a
the
Pokemon Center, oh, they're right there.
exactly, right? Like they're always in the Pokemon centers, which is nice, but I do like the that you can ride the two like Pokemon and one of them will like sniff out items. Big fan
Yep.
of that. Um And otherwise, I'm just enjoying the game. I find that it's very much like the other Pokemon games where because of how I play it, I'm
Uh,
always
Yeah,
like
it's not
I'm always 10
much different.
steps ahead of whoever I'm supposed to be battling because I spend
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes just beating
Grind,
Pokemon to death. And then I go to the
just
next
grind.
section and I fucking just destroy them.
Nice.
And it's like I have
So
6
you
Pokemon and everybody I'm battling has like 1 Pokemon and it's not until
one
like the
or
end of the
two,
game
three.
where that like
Do you
catches
fight
up.
start battling six? Yep.
Yeah.
Do you what's it called? Do you type advantage or you don't really care?
I don't really care. I keep
Okay.
I keep a variety of Pokemon so that I have like different attacks, but generally speaking, like I just use my strongest one and have the experience share to all, unless I know I need like unless I know I need the other Pokemon, right? Like if I'm battling a rock Pokemon with like Litten, I'm gonna be like, all right, okay, I gotta bust out a water
Switch to
Pokemon, like
water Pokemon, yeah. Or I think
but I'm
fight.
like I'm not like a super knowledgeable Pokemon
Okay,
trainer,
so you're not a
so.
technical guy. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So like
I was just curious.
I don't think about
Just curious.
I don't think
Oh,
about
I'm gonna need to break out my Pikachu if I'm fighting a fucking whatever
right.
water or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like I will only if like my first strike with whatever Pokemon is, out of the gate won't
Mhm.
do any damage, right? Like if I hit it and it's like not effective, but it like does a little bit of damage, I'm not gonna sit there and whittle it away. I'm just gonna switch Pokemons, take the hit, and then beat him
Right.
that way. But I don't put too much thought into like the type of moves that I teach the Pokemon either. I generally am just
Oh no,
looking
you need
for
to. Need to.
I generally
Trust.
put thought into like
Save yourself.
does the Pokemon have more than one type of attack? And that's basically the most that I will like delve into it. Like do I have a flying attack and like a psychic attack? Do I have a flying attack and a water attack? Like I don't want all flying attacks. I don't want all ground attacks. I don't want all
Right.
water attacks. Like I just want the each Pokemon has to have at least two. That's
Mm,
and other than that, I'll make sure that I have like one type of attack from every Pokemon.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But like I'm not like stacking my deck so that like I can literally just be like, oh, if I switch to this and then this,
Right. Right.
I don't think
Right.
about it that much.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I'm still playing the original Legend of Zelda. I've been like whittling it away when I'm at work on lunch break, and
Right.
I've officially gotten all of the Triforce. I just need to go beat Ganon and save Princess Zelda.
Mm,
That's it. It's funny. It is
And this is the NES one, or are you playing
correct.
the past?
No, NES one.
Okay.
It's funny though. It like so the amount of stuff that I've still retained from all of these Zelda games like back in the day.
Right.
Like I knew where so many hidden things were and I like before I even hit the first the actual like
Temple.
first dungeon, I was just like
The-
already have like I already have the potions, I already have like 4 pieces of heart, like it's such a joke. I like
Right.
before I'd even finished, I think the third temple, I went and just grinded for 250 rupees so I could buy the power bracelet that gives you more damage resistance. So basically everything takes a half a heart instead of a full heart.
Temple part. Dang.
And then I forgot that the way that the two swords in the game work, the master sword and then like the upgrade, the two different upgrades on your sword. Um,
Yeah.
is that it's based on how many hearts you have. So the idea is that after you complete X amount of dungeons, you can go get those swords. Well,
Mm,
I had the first sword before level 4 because I got all of the heart pieces that I could find that I remembered
dang.
where they were. And then I had the other sword before like level 6 for the same reason
Jeez.
because it's like you get it at like 8 and 12, I think, or 8 and 10.
Hmm.
And it was just like it's just like so funny to me that played it. Because then like I
Remembered
even
all that.
because like I'm just like how is it that my brain retains like that, like the location of like, oh, I need to go to this corner of the map and burn this bush, but like you know, trying to remember like how to fucking find the square root of something, like some simple math
Yeah,
task,
right,
and I'm like, oh shit, I don't remember.
right.
You're like, wait, what was that?
Fucking,
You carry the
fucking.
two, what
Yeah,
PEMDAS, foil
I don't know
it,
what 2+2 is, but I can
yeah.
tell you where the heart container is.
Right, yeah, like I can tell you where all the heart containers. I could literally walk you through A Link to the Past blindfolded, but
Right.
if you told me to foil an equation, I'd be like, "Oh crap.
Just kill me
Can
now.
I phone a friend?"
Right. Phone it in.
But yeah, the first Zelda, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, I've got a pretty good remembrance of those hidden things and like where all the keys and stuff are. That really like it's such an underrated game the more that I think about it. I need to pick up Oracle of Ages and Seasons.
Oh, so good. Those are my
My problem
favorites.
is I don't know if I want to buy them digitally so I can play them on my 3DS or just buy the Game Boy games
Oh, fuck that. Get the cart.
and just use that.
That
It's funny,
it's the
that's
same.
the one thing. It's the one time in my life I've ever gone to GameStop and found them cheaper.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, because like
Well, it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo because they
um
set the prices, not GameStop.
yeah, because so GameStop has like they sell retro games and stuff,
Hmm.
and I was like interesting because they have a bunch of games that I want to buy, and turns out they are actually cheaper than if I was to try and buy them on um
Like eBay or
yeah, because
is it?
they're $20 each on GameStop, and like I couldn't really find them on eBay for much cheaper.
Depends on when last you looked.
Oh,
Because
hey,
I mean,
here's
a
a
lot of
Japanese one
retrospective
for
games are
15
cheap.
bucks.
I
Sealed
mean, Japanese.
165. Let's go. No, not doing that.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
I mean, just to
16
have would be kind of cool, but
16.95. Well, that was like I bought the Japanese Super
Shenmue
Nintendo
and
Legend of Zelda, but
yeah,
I'm sending it back because the fucking guy lied about it. Like the picture, I don't like, and this is a thing that's frustrating, especially as a game collector
right.
for like people who make eBay postings to sell classic games.
Mhm.
I bought it because the ad nowhere states that it was a representative photo, right? It didn't say it was reference photo. It didn't say that that's not actually what you're getting. And the picture of the
Mhm.
box looked damn good. And I didn't care about the manual and I didn't really care about the condition of the game because I don't own a Super Famicom to play it and I wasn't
Right,
planning on displaying anything other than just the box. If somebody wants to take the box and look at it, open it up, check out the game, the manual, cool. But the idea was to have the box on the wall with other Zelda stuff and other gaming stuff so that it would look neat because that's a really cool thing. To me, it's one of my favorite games.
right.
However, I bought it and it arrives and the thing is packed incredibly well, so I know that it's not that it got damaged in shipping. And the box is dog-eared. There's fucking old ass tape on it. He put a fucking sticker on it, like for like his
Uh,
inventory, and so I just messaged him and was like, "Yo, any reason why you decided to not list this as a reference photo? Because like this is what I got and this is what you're adding." And he was like, "Oh no, I said that the manual might have tears." I'm like, "Dude, I don't give a fuck about the manual. I don't care. The manual is totally
right.
irrelevant to me. I don't speak or read Japanese.
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted the box. Like I literally wanted just the box. I mean, the game is cool too. Don't get me wrong, but like I wanted the box to display it, like to put it on the shelf."
Mhm.
Because
Right.
what I've been getting frustrated with is that I have all this gaming stuff, and for the most part, I don't have anywhere to put it. Like I have one upright bookshelf in my room where like I keep most
So
of
you
my
don't have like a
games.
display.
Yeah, and that's where I keep like most of my games, but it's all kind of jammed in there because there's not enough space.
Got
And like
space.
the random stuff that I've gotten from PAX or
Mhm.
E3 or PSX, like all this stuff that I would like to hang up and I can't. And so I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna go get some bookshelves, like the floating ones that you just like kind of drill into the wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm gonna start hanging some stuff up. But like in addition to that, I'd seen somebody on Twitter tweet a picture of the Japanese cart for Clue Land, which is a really fun NES game. And I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I should look into maybe getting some of those to put up on the wall because that's neat. And so that was the first one I got, and I have to send it back to the guy because I'm just kind of pissed. Because I just don't want it. I don't like. I wanted it because I thought the box was in great shape. I don't want it if it's
So the
not.
box is just basically destroyed.
It's definitely not in the condition that I was expecting it to be. For
That's that's aggravating.
yeah. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's fine. I'm just gonna give it back to you.
Yeah,
Was
right.
okay, so was it a Game Boy Color game or was it a Game Boy Advance card? Because I'm seeing somebody
For
Legend of Zelda
for
Oracle Seasons and Ages.
color, because I had
Somebody
both.
oh, custom Game Boy Advance card. Oh, that's neat.
So I had both. I had color or ages and seasons, but it was color. Yeah, with my kiwi lime fucking green Game Boy Color, baby.
I have the purple one. I have the purple one that everyone had.
Right. Yeah. Wait, did you have the what's it called? Can't think of the word right now, but the see-through one or
Yeah, the translucent purple.
transition? Yeah, translucent.
Yep, that's the
Yeah,
one.
that's the one everyone had. Yep, that or the freaking Pikachu
Yeah,
yellow.
the yellow Pikachu one. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, which they're bringing it back.
I
But
saw that.
as a 3DS, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Um, yeah, it's just annoying. That was like an annoying thing for me because I'm just like, well,
Because you get it and you're excited, and then you see it and you're like, "That's not what I ordered at
right.
all." Like you told
You
me, you
told
showed
me.
me, it was perfect.
Yeah. So, segueing away from my classic game cuz I've been slowly trying to get back into collecting a little bit just because I got that paper and
Right, right.
and it's and for me I find it very hard not to just spend money on video games when it's old stuff that I know like I probably like I'm not going to play this game, right? I'm not going to play a
Right, you know,
Japanese Super Nintendo game, especially when I own at this point, let's see. I have 3 copies of it for Super Nintendo
jeez.
cuz a buddy of mine gave me 2 copies that he had randomly.
Right.
So I have 3 copies of A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. One is the Players Club edition, and the other 2 are just regular ones. I own it on Game Boy Advance, the Four Swords edition, and
Nice.
uh, my brother's got the Link Between Worlds for
Oh, nice.
3DS. So like,
That's a good.
I don't need it again, but
No,
like the reality is I'm never gonna play this game again. But I wanted it. I wanted to have it.
right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what collectors do. Like they
yeah.
have every version and adaptation of that single version of the game.
So it's been a thing that I've been I just
Mhm.
keep it's always in the back burner, right? Like I'm always checking Craigslist to be like, oh, who's selling like a lot of NES games? Who's selling, you
Right?
know,
It's got like a bundle of shit. They're just like
they're
whatever,
just like, I don't
$5.
want it. Yeah, exactly. It's trash to
Yeah,
me, and I'm just like, it's
yeah.
not trash to me. Um,
It's gold mine to us, bitch.
when I was at
So,
visiting Cody and CJ, I brought a bunch of N64 games, so
hmm
we were having fun, and it's they don't hold up. They really don't. Like N64
they
games
really don't.
N64 does not hold up as well
No.
as I think people in
Well,
their head think it does. Like
no,
Mario
yeah.
Kart,
Play
Smash, sure. Like we played
fucking
GoldenEye and it was really
yeah. No,
tough. Perfect
yeah.
Dark was a
Oh my god,
mess.
GoldenEye.
Um,
Sorry, no, fuck
Conker's
this.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is a game that I absolutely loved, was near impossible to play because like nobody remembered how to play it, and it doesn't like it the and like especially on like a nice TV like they have a 4K TV like even with my HDMI adapter for RCA
Still,
like it still was like so pixelated to the point where it was like how like can't really even
how
get
did
like a good bead on what you're looking at.
right?
We played Wave Race, which was fun. Like basically it's like sitting like Cruising USA like simple games
Say,
tended to be
yep.
fine.
Yeah.
Other than that like the more 3D involved games like I beat Star Fox, that was fun. Um,
Nice.
but it's like some of those games just do not hold up like they used to.
No, not
But
at all.
and then it made me
No.
want to get a Wii. Like Cody was streaming today and she was playing Mario Kart on the Wii U and it like makes me want to go get a Wii U even though it's kind of pointless. But like part of me is like I don't own one. Like it's not in my collection. I would like it to be in my collection.
No, yeah, right. Plus, they're not gonna produce anymore. So
Yeah, so
if
it's
you
like
want
I
to
gotta
get one, you
kind of
gotta
gotta
go
get it
now.
now
Yeah.
before the fucking price goes up for the non-existing games, you know?
Right. Yeah. Like all you can get now, I think, is the Mario Kart edition anyway. So boom, there you go. That's the game
Yeah.
you wanted to play. Boom.
Because my whole thing is like I have the Wii, I have a bunch of games for the Wii, um,
Mhm.
but like I want to just kind of have the Wii U because why not, right? Like I've got literally like every other game system that exists from NES to present, and I have everything from Nintendo. I've got an NES, I've got a Super Nintendo, I've got an N64, I've got a Virtual Boy, I've got the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo
Shit.
DS, 3DS, XL, 3DS, because my brother's got the
Jesus.
XL, and I've got the
And then the
3DS, and
new,
mine's a new Nintendo 3DS, and I
new.
bought him one, so we have two of them.
Jeez.
And he's like we both have Wii's, like I've got a Wii and he has a Wii. So like Wii U is literally and the Switch are the ones that we're missing from
That's too
Nintendo.
big. Yeah. Right.
You know, it's like the only like accessory that I'm missing on like Super Nintendo that I want is the Super Scope, which probably
Oh,
doesn't work on flat screen TVs
probably
anyways, because the
not.
light gun doesn't work on LCDs either.
Nope.
So it's like
Still
now
have
I gotta keep an old TV around just because.
to. Got to keep a tube TV just in case. I
Um,
mean, but it's not like you're gonna be like, wake up one day and be like, no, I want to play Dunk Hunt. Like, no one does that.
Sometimes I do, man. You don't know my life.
Hey, man, do
Yeah,
whatever,
okay, man.
do whatever you want to do.
Whatever the fuck you want to do. Um, so that's been a thing that I've been like, do I go back into to
Right.
collecting because like and part of it sprung from when I was cleaning my room and reorganizing stuff and throwing a bunch of stuff away. I
You just found stuff that you were like,
No, well, it was just more that I was like I was moving the game bins around, and so like now
mhm,
I've got one of the bins is now like because basically like what I did was I cleaned like all the shit and junk from underneath my bed that was basically just
right,
trash, and it's all what's trash is now trash and it's gone. And then I binned everything that was not trash, so I had all the space. So I put a couple of the bins of games underneath my bed, but now I'm sitting here being like all this cool neat history is just sitting underneath my bed. I'd
right.
like to get it
Let's
somewhere where
display
it's
it.
like people can see it. Like even if I can only
Yeah,
display like a handful of stuff from each kind
right.
of
No, yeah,
generation, it'd be
it'd
neat.
still be cool. Yeah,
In a perfect world, I'd have a dedicated room to video gaming and everything would be there.
that's what
And,
I'd
it'd
have my own
be,
like Hall of Fame.
yeah, like it'd be just like the pictures you see where everyone has like the bookshelves full of games. Cause like
Yep,
I could reasonably do that. I could reasonably do like two to
could see
three,
that.
2 to 3 bookshelves worth of video games. And then having all the consoles set up, like and
Right,
accessories. And I have a lot of stuff that's in like I have the boxes for because we pretty much have all the N64 boxes, a lot of Super Nintendo. I've got a handful of NES ones that I've collected over the years. Like there's a ton of neat stuff that I could display, but I don't have anywhere
right,
to display it. And then it would make me want to buy more stuff. Like I've never been a fan of the video game statues because of the reason that I just don't have anywhere to put them.
right.
Right? But like at least if you invite someone over and they're like, "Oh man, like let's play video games." And it's like, "Okay, cool, let's go check it out." And then, you've got this whole room full of like whatever wonder and
Such
amazement. And it's
an
just like, "What do you want
arcade.
to
Yeah,
play?" What do you want to play? You want to play NES? You want to play N64? And then they're going to be like, "Oh my god, I haven't played Mario in ages. Let's fucking play Mario." Like I don't
right.
care.
Yep, pop it in. Yep.
Um and I'd like to get closer to that than I am right now.
Right, that'd be nice. If I could just kick it around the house. All
Right?
right, I'm making this whole house my fucking library. Get the fuck out.
Right? Well, it's because and there was that kid recently who he set out to complete every single NES game, and I think he
Yep.
just did it like this week or last week. He beat like all like
Yeah,
750
he
NES
like
games.
marathon. Yep.
Yeah, and it took him like a few years to do it, but like that's crazy. Because
That's
one,
crazy.
that
Yeah.
means he needed to have a copy of each game to play. Because I don't
Each
believe he
game.
played
Yep.
emulators. I believe he actually played
No,
every single game.
I
So
think yeah, it was actually
whether or not he owns them or people sent them and loaned them to
sent them
him or
right.
whatever, but like that's
I
an
think he said something
awesome.
about loaning some of them.
Yeah, because like there's a handful of games that like there's not as many copies in
Nope.
existence. So
Nope.
like unluckily for me, I don't have any of the incredibly rare NES games. Like I have a few,
Mm.
and it's like they're
Do
not
you
even
have
that rare. It's like they're like
the
50.
gold Zelda cart?
Oh, I have both gold Zelda cards. Yeah. What would be
Jeez,
rare would be the gray Zelda card.
the gray Zelda cart. Yep.
Um, But like some of the games that I have are like in the $50 to $60 range per
Jeez.
cartridge, and that's like I would say that's like probably like the highest tier that I have because I have Contra Force, which was one of the last NES games made, so it didn't sell very well because at that point
Right.
the Super Nintendo existed.
So it's out, yeah.
Um, and people were jumping ship. And then like I've got like I've got Gyromite and the Rob Robot and some of the parts. The game that I'm missing to complete the set of Rob games is Stack Up, which runs 50 to $100 per cart.
Jeez.
Yeah. And if you
Jeez.
have the actual like NES set that came with Stack Up, you're talking like $500-$600.
Oh.
And then like it could be more if it's in like amazing condition, you know?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Imagine
Like I've got a someone has it.
someone somewhere has a sealed one.
Oh yeah, people
Guaranteed.
sell them on
Yeah.
eBay every once in a while.
Jeez.
But it's like one of those things where like I want it like my problem is I hate buying sealed games because like it
Right.
makes it so that I won't ever want to play it.
Play it,
Like
yeah.
I've got a sealed Virtual Boy game, I've got a sealed Game Boy game, and like
Hmm.
there's only like I think 14 games for Virtual Boy that ever made it to the United States anyway, so like you're really limited in what you can play and it's like now I have one
Yeah.
of those I have one of the games and I can't play it cuz it's sealed.
Yep. Right.
So,
Who knows later down the line. Nintendo could be like, hey, who still has some of our games? We'll buy them from you. So,
right. And then you deal with the well, now it's not as valuable because you opened it. It's like there's
right.
nothing like literally gently open the box,
Mhm.
played the game for like 20 minutes, got cancer from staring at the Virtual Boy.
Jeez. All right.
You were staring into infrared goggles. Like it specifically says like do not play for more than like 15 minutes at a time because that thing would give you a headache instantly. Like
Yeah.
there's just no way it wasn't just radiating your brain.
Right.
Um
Another reason I had to pull
Like
option.
that was not to be an offensive joke. That was to be like a warning. Like
No,
do
no,
not
no.
play
I
this
know.
thing.
No. I'm just saying, like,
Um, because like every once in a while, like I get the urge
mhm.
and set it up, but then like I remember like why I never really played it before. Because it's like
Ouch.
it's like one it's uncomfortable because like the little stand that it came with is not like great. Like it does there's no adjustment. So like you have to put it on some sort of surface like on top of like books or something to build it up so that when you actually like lean into the thing you're not like hunched over. It's like
Yeah.
your neck is bothering you cuz you're hunched over to look into the damn thing. And then it's uncomfortable to look at the actual screen because it's, you know, burning your eyes. But it's
Burning
no
your
different.
eyes.
It's
Yeah.
and like the future version of that is like 3D mode on a 3DS because like you have to adjust that to where you are and like the
Hard.
distance that
Yep.
you're at. And it's like and if you bring the thing closer to you, like you need to adjust that 3D switch.
Yep.
Um, so that's
Which who
always
actually does it anyways?
which no, I don't think anybody does. I just usually keep it off because Pokemon doesn't have any 3D, or if it does, I don't know.
There's battle effects, but it's nothing too flashy.
Um, But to move into the future, Horizon
Mhm.
Zero Dawn came out
Man.
today, technically at midnight, and
Midnight.
you have it. You've been playing it. I
Damn
watched
right
on
I have.
SharePlay for a bit. You're on a PS4 Pro,
Mm-hmm.
on a 4K TV.
Mm-hmm. And it's gorgeous.
Tell me your thoughts.
So freaking good. I still like when we were messing with the favorite performance or favorite resolution.
Right?
Like I still kind of don't see a difference
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth. I mean, like it does look smooth on favor performance, but the with the favor resolution, I don't. I kind of almost don't see the difference,
Right.
you know. But moving on from that, in terms of the gameplay itself, there are like I'm sure you notice some of the clipping issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll kind of clip through an environment, the weapons clip through your clothes and stuff like that.
Right.
Uh, and then there was something weird with one of the environments, like the snow in one of that mission I was doing where I had to go get the spear. Like it kind of seemed like it wasn't there, like you didn't react to it.
Yeah,
So I wonder if they're gonna mess with anything about that.
maybe. Yeah, I mean,
Who knows? Yeah,
especially for me, because like I watched via share play, so like to be honest with you, graphically, it's
it
never
was
gonna.
probably really
Yeah, like
blurry.
there was, it was very gritty, but that's not the game's fault. That's just
No, no, no. That's just
remote
the
play share
connection.
play. But I was quickly looking up on the internet, and I guess the
Mm-hmm.
game is 30 frames locked,
Per second. Yep.
but
Yep. Yep.
there's already been a patch, which yeah, for PS Pro owners gives you the two rendering modes: favor
Yep.
performance or favor
For
resolution.
resolution.
Um, which apparently means that if you don't have a Pro, that doesn't exist, I guess. Um,
Nope. But I mean, most have said, regardless of what version you're playing on, what PS4 you're playing on, the game still looks damn good.
right. Yeah, so like it looks like the way that, because this is one of the Digital Foundry things where they like examine the game.
The analysts, yeah, whatever.
For 1080p users, effectively, you're offered a small bump to performance, but only very rarely at the expense of losing excellent SSAA, which I'm assuming is something shader anti-aliasing coverage. Meanwhile, for 4K display users, you're trading one of the very best Ultra HD presentations available on the PS4 Pro for the same minor increase in game fluidity. It's an interesting option to have, but we'll be sticking with the default profile that favors 4K resolution, which locks you at about 29 frames, and favoring performance gets you to 30 frames. So you take a slight dip in the frame rate, but the game looks better. Let's see if it
I'll
says
play with
anything
it.
else. The demo was clearly early, as borne out by work in progress. Something something. Frequent frame rate drops. Final game sees most of these issues resolved. Game looks like it's locked at a properly framed 30 frames. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty much
Just a solid 30,
just solid 30.
which is
But
not bad.
it does seem like the no, which because Drive Club was
As long
locked.
as it's a
Drive Club was
consistent,
locked at 30, and Drive Club was Drive Club is a gorgeous game. Like, don't go buy it if you've never played it because it's kind of shitty. But like,
the
but like the
multiplayer.
game was beautiful, and not a single person can argue that. The game had incredible graphics. It was incredibly fluid. It just the game itself was not.
Up to
Um,
par.
yeah, because it suffered way too long in development, but still managed to sell 2 million copies after
Yeah,
basically like a 2 year delay.
good for
Um,
them. Good for them.
Evolution Studios no longer exists.
Oh, they
Hopefully
well,
they
good.
all got new jobs somewhere else, but
Mhm,
that's just the way it goes.
mhm. It's
I don't
true.
I'm not a frame rate junkie. I'm not a resolution junkie. As long as
No,
the game looks good and I can play it, I don't really care.
yeah. No,
You
no, yeah.
know?
The game still looks regardless. Like other than those minor little things, like I'm digging the crafting system and uh
Have you unlocked like new recipes to craft stuff?
I didn't unlock them, but I saw that you can make shock arrows and
Mm-hmm.
bombs, and I've got like a trap gun, so
Oh, is
like
that the
it
one where
you
you like shoot the thing and then you shoot the
I
ground and it
think yeah,
yeah.
and they can run into it and it'll shock them. Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yep.
I just got that, so
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
fun to
cool.
play around with.
Yeah, that was I had that in the demo that we played at PlayStation Experience because it was basically like you were in that kind of that open area you were at. It just I didn't know what the hell it was because there was no like names and the HUD was very minimal. And
Yeah,
like basically
you can
like
turn that off. So
oh yeah, you can somebody said to put it to dynamic where I guess it like fades in and out as you need it and it's kind of like
I set it
less
to that.
yeah. Because I guess like the in the demo that I played, it was basically kind of just like go around and like attack enemies, and you can do it stealthily or you can do it non-stealthily, and um,
Was that the one? Which game did you play that you said like they didn't really tell you what to do? Then
that
you
was
just kind of
Horizon.
okay,
Yeah,
that was Horizon.
they just
Okay,
kind of like dropped me in and were like, okay, have fun, and I was like, what the like, what
I
do
think
I
it's because
do?
they didn't want to just straight out tell you, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Like
But
they
my
wanted
thing
you
was
to
is like they
figure it
didn't
out.
even like
Enjoy
reset the
it.
demo. You know what I mean? Like it was just like
Oh,
you were just like
people
in
that
the
are like just
environment.
played where something like that.
But like I don't even know if it was that. I think like literally like the demo was you were just in there and that was it. Like I don't think if I had like reset it there would have been like some sort of tutorial that would have explained anything.
No, right. Whereas when you start the game, that's the tutorial.
Yeah. So like I think that
Okay.
was like, but like it wasn't like one of those times where I was gonna be like, hey dude, who's been working this booth for hours and is probably frustrated,
What?
like come
Yeah,
tell
because
me
normally they explain, hey, this
everything.
is right.
Yeah, they
Like
kind
you're
of
at
just
this
like
part of the story. Da 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 da. This is where they left you off. Whatever,
yeah,
whatever,
and
whatever.
it like it looked very much like everyone was kind of doing the same thing I was doing, just kind of getting a feel for the controls, for the combat, and just like
Right.
fighting some of the watchers. You get a little bit of crafting experience going through picking up materials, and like the difference is I think I had like everything unlocked, so like I was crafting all sorts of crazy shit.
Which is
Um,
kind of
there
cool.
were a couple of the like big walker, like more like four-legged, um larger enemies that I was getting to fight. Like it wasn't just like the little two-legged watchers and the like cow looking
Right.
things. So
Yeah.
that was cool because I used that like hook shot type weapon to like
Ooh,
try and trap them and then
nice.
hit their vulnerabilities. I never would have understood the that like earpiece thing that she found.
The focus. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that
Yeah.
clearly just never really gets explained as to what the hell that is. Um,
Right. Well, obviously, when you have the full game, it does.
right.
But yeah, in the demo, no. Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, there's a thing I can do, but I don't know what the hell it
Yeah,
actually
like I
does.
like how and how does no like how come nobody else has one?
Right. Right. Right.
Like what is it and where does this come from? So I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
Truthful.
True.
So yeah, I mean, my opinion is that I need to buy it. I need to
Yep.
finish.
I
I need to
definitely say buy it.
I need to finish
Like,
Gravity Rush 2.
well, yeah, finish what you have first. Don't
Because like
just
my
keep
problem
going
is I'm gonna keep
backlog
buying
like I
games.
am.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep buying games and not finishing them because like I need to. I'm still like at the end of Titanfall 2 and just haven't. Because like basically the last few weeks of me playing video games has been playing video games with other people. So like
Right.
I've been playing Titanfall multiplayer. I've been playing my
Guess
brain
we
is just frozen. We've
right.
been playing
Sweet.
the Ghost
Yeah.
Recon for like this past
Yeah.
weekend because the beta was live, and I
Overwatch a little bit.
played some Overwatch, played some uh Modern Warfare just because, and
Of
so
course.
it's just I've just been spending more of my time playing games with people rather than trying to like get through single player stories. And I need to get
Right.
back to that. Like I need to get back to streaming and I need to get back into single player games. So I think what I'm gonna try and do is like get home from work,
Mm.
in the coming week or so, play some games, play some single player stuff, work my way through it.
Right. Get the swing back of
Yeah. Cause like in like a week from
some
now,
games.
a week in like what, a week and a half, it's
PAX.
PAX.
PAX. Yep.
And I'll be at
Still
PAX moderating two panels, and then of course I'm gonna play more games. I'm gonna play more games and potentially buy
playing.
games or get games that I then need to play, and so I'm gonna be right in the same problem again. You know,
It's a gaming lull.
pretty
It's
much.
literally like those memes. It's like you have a library. It's like I have nothing to
Yeah,
play.
and like what 5 days from now the Switch comes out. So
I'm
like then
like,
you've got so now then I've got the Nintendo Switch, which I didn't pre-order it.
dear die. I'm
I'm
pretty
just
sure
gonna
you could walk into a store. Yeah, you can walk right in and just fucking buy one.
I'm gonna wait though. I am gonna wait. I do really want it because I
I
just
want to
want to have
wait,
all of it.
but I already know I'm gonna walk up into a store and be like, "Let me get
Cash,
that."
fucking slap it down on the bench.
Yeah,
Yo, hit me with the Switch.
copy that.
Um,
Copy that.
yeah, my problem is like I just put my E3 trip because I
Right
so could well and then that's the other thing, right? This is the first time E3 has really ever like sold tickets to the
to pub.
general
Yeah,
public. So
so
I don't have
you're
connects.
not gonna not.
So
You're
I
not gonna
bought
not
yeah, so I
go.
bought the ticket. So there's so like 250 there, my flight, my hotel, I got a rental car because I'm gonna do some other stuff while I'm in town. Um, I probably should not get the Switch until my next credit card statement because I should not keep spending money.
No.
Um, unless somehow I win the lottery, then I can spend all the money I want.
Right. Just,
So
y'all.
I'm trying to just like curve that spending habit of mine where it's like, oh, $60 for this game. Like I'm making money. I've got a decent job. Like I'm in a good place. Like let me drop 60. But like I keep forgetting that like I've just spent like a few like over $1,000 for E3, and then when I go to PAX, like I'm staying at a hotel, because it makes my life easier. Like I'm gonna be spending a few $100s there, and then like, got it's adding up, and I've got to keep that in mind that I've got this budget that I
Can't
need
be
to.
big balling all the time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But if anybody listening is going to E3, if anybody listening is going to PAX East, definitely hit us up
Holla
on
at your
Twitter.
boy.
At so after I said on Twitter, at the DGcast on Twitter if you want. I will be there. I will be checking out games. I will be moderating 2 panels, one on Friday afternoon. How we find positivity in gaming. This will be part 3. If you followed me at all, that's a big thing. I like doing that panel. And then the second panel is Sunday morning, and it's called Destiny, a community you can build on. We're going to be talking about being a Destiny content creator or broadcaster or just a fan of the community and the game. You can definitely join us for that. We've got some fun people joining us, some special guests unannounced, and it's gonna be a good time. We've got some partnered streamers, some non-partner streamers on the panel, um, and like I said, some visits from some surprise guests. So it should be good.
Ooh, attend
Uh,
that shit.
and then yeah, I try like every year I do the same thing though. I try to get it so that I can kind of have a lot of free time to just see people, say hi, and like go at my own pace. And then I end up
Right.
booking a ton of appointments to the point where I'm like, "Oh my God, this
Right.
is miserable." So I've and I hate it too because like I get these emails and they're like, "Hey, we'd love for you to come check out our game." And I'm always like, "Yeah, I
I
don't
can't.
like I just
It's
don't
like I
like."
can't.
And then the really short version is like, I don't want to. Like, I don't
Right.
want to. I want to be able to walk, like, and that's like basically it's like me being an asshole, right? Like, I want to walk up to your booth and just play it. Not because I'm media,
Right.
and not because I'm me as a person, because like, let's be real. I'm not like I don't have any sort of clout as a podcaster or anything like that. Like I just don't want to have to say like I will be here at this time and then
Hmm.
if something comes up and I can't go do that, like if one of my friends is like, "Hey, we're going out to lunch. Do you want to come with us?" Right? Like that to me is more important to have that experience with my friends than it is to be like, "Oh, it's
Right. No, yeah,
3:45.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna go play this game that I've never heard of, and I'm not a super big fan of that
Probably
type of game,
not
but
gonna
like
buy
let me
anyways.
play it
Yeah.
anyways." And like it for me, it tears me because like as a game journalists and game reviewers, like they don't really get a choice, right? Like they're not going to get to
Right.
always pick their battles when they have to go
No.
play games. Like sometimes they're going to play games they don't like, and the short version
Hmm.
is that means you've got to write a review being like, this is a game I just don't like and here's why. For me,
Right.
I always try to pick games that I know I will enjoy because that seems like a better way to do it. Like if I'm always playing games I enjoy, then one, anyone who reads my work, which isn't very I don't have a lot of written work. Um, they'll have a better understanding of like where I'm coming from as a gamer, so they'll be like, "Oh, okay, like this is the type of stuff he plays, so like of course he's going to like this game." But to that it makes it more valuable when I play a game that I know I'm going to like and I don't like it because I can be like, "I wanted to love this game, but like this combat mechanic is just not working," or like,
Hmm.
why do these characters exist in the game? They totally throw the story off. Or like these enemies are repetitive. Like, why am I always battling these enemies? Like, there's not an opportunity for grinding in a fun way, which makes the game progress take forever because I'm always underpowered as I'm moving through the story because the grind is just atrocious.
Right.
Um, and so I deal with that a lot because like sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, I will go play this game I've never heard of, and I
Mm.
usually leave myself a few of those. Like I book the way I book appointments is I book a few games I know I'm probably going to enjoy. I book a few games that I might enjoy, and then I book like 2 or 3 games that I have no interest in, no idea what they are, have never heard about them, never played them, and it's not a game that I think I would like
Right.
only so that I can go and be like, okay, so this is what this is a game somebody else might enjoy, and at least that
Right.
way I can say, hey, this game's not for me, but if you like games that do this, this, and this,
Check it out.
check it out.
Yeah.
This is probably up
Hmm.
your alley. Um,
True. True.
so
True.
with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing. I almost said end the stream. Uh,
Yep. Yeah.
end
The
this,
stream's
yeah.
over.
Um, end this podcast. I think we've covered a lot of stuff today,
Mm.
and obviously, like as we get back into the swing of things, I would like to do more than one a month, but obviously, like,
Right.
we get tied up with work and scheduling, and I'm still dealing with sleeping issues, and I had some other uh situational stuff going on with me that was making it hard for me to get anything done, really. Um, and I say this every time, and I mean it every time. I really do appreciate the people who do still listen to the podcast, check us out on YouTube. The people who
True.
stop by the occasional times that I do manage to stream. And for those who don't often check in, I do not stream on twitch.tv/DGCastTV anymore. I have moved to just my personal channel. That was more of a kind of operational decision that I made at the beginning of this year, that I think it's just better if I stream on my personal channel, because I just don't think enough
Mhm.
people kind of understood what was happening, because of the infrequency of the podcast itself. Like, it's a little easier for you to follow my personal Twitter and see what I'm up to.
Then right.
And same with you, Mike, obviously, like when you stream and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, so for that, I would advise you to follow twitch.tv/jbond1010, which is my Twitch. And then, Mike, you are twitch.tv/solidmike24.
24. Yeah.
Solid Mike 24. Those will be the places you will find us streaming. Any YouTube content that I do create will still go to youtube.com/c/dgcast, or the DGCast. Um, so, the podcast will still be uploaded there. I think I'm an episode behind because I have just not been like at my computer. Um, and that's things moving forward, and I feel like at the end of the podcast is the same. I always try to like update everybody as to what's going on real quickly, but the short version
Hmm.
is follow us on Twitter, and that's probably your best bet to kind of be aware of what's going on. And you can always ask me questions. I don't You can tweet me, whatever. um, Ask me how the weather's going or whatever. I'm probably gonna see it immediately and tweet back to you.
Hmm. It's true.
So that is that. That's all the housekeeping I have for the afternoon. That has been it for episode 81. Mike, do you have anything
Mhm.
else to say?
Don't follow me on Twitter.
At me, but don't follow me though. Um,
Don't.
such a dick. Um, so that's it for episode 81 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast,
See
and
ya
we will catch you
on the flip.